We plant-based thuggin. We plant-based thuggin.
What's really good, y'all? Bejesus with the 100 proof juice back in the house with another installment of plant-based thuggin, powered by Thug Medici. And today, we on summertime vibes. I'm talking about cookout style, baby. Everybody loves a good burger, so today we doing lentil and mushroom burgers. In the house with your man Bejesus. Sit down, pop a squat, let's get it. So let's kick it off, alright? So this meal, real simple, real easy to do. It has maybe 10 ingredients in it. Now, what you want to do is you want to start off with a cup of lentils, right? You're going to cook them normally. You're going to put them in a pot, cook them down with some water. You don't want the texture mush, but you don't want the texture too hard either. So you're going to cook it to about a medium firmness where you can mash some, but also still have a little bit of crunch in it. So that's the first step that we're going to get into.
We plant-based thuggin.
Alright, so while your lentils are cooking in the pot, you're going to start preparing everything else. So I got me here some mushrooms. These are just regular baby bella mushrooms, jalapeno pepper, and onion. Now, you're going to cut all of these things up. For the mushroom, I like to have an equal balance of mushroom to lentil, because what that does for me is that gives me a meatiness to the burger. Some people don't like mushrooms. You don't even got to put mushrooms in them, but to me it helps bind better. It's a better burger. If you don't want as many mushrooms, you can do less. If you want more mushrooms, you can do more. It's all really up to how you do it. When I cut these up, it's gonna be about the equal amount. It's gonna be about a cup. Jalapenos, if spice is a problem for you, don't worry about it. You don't have to, do that. But onion is very important for your flavor profile, so make sure you do that. So we're gonna get all of this cut up and going, and then we're gonna throw that in the pan and saute that while our while our lentils are going. Now for the mushrooms, what I do, I really just slice them small, cube them. You don't want them too small because then they get lost, but you don't want them too big either. Like that, for that you might as well eat a portobello cap, you feel me? It's not that type of burger, it's not that type of party. So yeah, you could cube them. That's what I like to do. And the stems as well, the stems, as long as they clean and not destroyed, just more mushroom to add to the mix. Boom. So just to recap everything we did, I had about 5 mushrooms, the largest size baby bellas. I had about half of a medium sized onion, and then I had 2 small jalapenos. If you have a medium sized jalapeno pepper, that's fine, or whatever pepper you prefer. We're gonna saute all of that in the pan, add a little seasoning to that, and then we're gonna wait for the lentils to finish so we can move on to the next step. We'll be back with more plant-based thuggin', but first, a brief message from our host and creator, Bejesus with the 100 proof juice. Yo, for everybody who was here for the pilot, and now you're here for part 2, I hope you can see production values are going up. Every week I'm gonna try to do something a little more extravagant and elegant. And boom, once we get to the top tier shit, if you was here from jump, you could be like, yo, I came out the mud with you, baby boy. And guess what? Burgers on me. Burgers on me. You smell me?
We plant-based thuggin.
So we're back with more plant-based thuggin, strictly for the people. I got my pot of lentils here. These lentils are cooked. We're gonna put them in our bowl. And then we have our mushroom, onion, pepper saute. That is going in the mix as well. Now the mushroom saute is actually gonna get double seasoned. So when it was in the pan, I put a pinch of cayenne, a pinch of black pepper, some salt, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some oregano while it was in the pan, just to season the mix a little bit. And I'm gonna tell y'all a tip about cooking mushrooms. You don't put the salt in until the end, because the salt will draw all the moisture out of the mushrooms, and then the mushrooms will shrivel up and your mushrooms will be real small. Nobody wants a small mushroom, you feel me? So you wait until the mushrooms are finished, you have been cooked already, and then you put the salt in toward the end. That's my tip from me to you. Don't tell nobody. But what we're gonna do is we're about to season this mix right here. We just put the lentils and the mushrooms. They met. It's holy matrimony. So we're gonna season them like so. Just a dash of garlic powder. I'm not really somebody who advocates for garlic powder. For me, I just don't need it. But I put a little dash in. Little oregano. Now, I already put some cayenne in the mushrooms, and then it has the jalapeno, so I don't need no more spice. So this cayenne is out of the picture. Put a dash of onion powder. I already explained in y'all last episode that fresh onion and onion powder is just a combination. It's a mix. One don't substitute the other. It don't go like that. And then just some salt. This is kosher salt. I happen to run out of my pink Himalayan. It's been a tough week, man. I'm telling y'all, it's been a tough week. You know, I need my pink Himalayan. But we just gonna take a little. Need a little more salt. See, I try not to overdo it, so my first seasoning won't be salty enough. But we make it there. We make it to the promised land. We get there. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my spatula. If you got a spoon, whatever you're using, you just want to mash up some of these lentils. Not all, just some. You want to mash up a little bit. But you also want to keep some whole. That variance in texture, I'm telling you, it hit different. It hits different. My lights went out. My lights went out, man. This is how I'm living. This is plant-based thugging for real, for real. My lights went out. Tech support, you know what I'm saying? This is a real life experience. Just had to taste it again just to make sure, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let this cool. It's gonna sit on the counter for about 5 minutes. And then back with more plant-based thuggin.
We plant-based thuggin. We plant-based thuggin.
Bejesus back up in this thing. So I Our mixture is cool now, so we gotta put the little piece de resistance. This is a little smoked paprika. I don't know why. To me, it just gives it that meatier flavor. Hold that. I'm just saying. It's a little dash. Little dash will do you. You know? So normally for me, this amount of food, I like a bigger burger. Eat one, good. So this turns into 4 burgers for me. So I take about a quarter of the mixture. But prior to that, I almost jumped and skipped this step, and we don't never want to do that. My lights went out again. Can't make this stuff up. My trusty spell flour. I'm gonna take just about a tablespoon, right? And this is really just to keep everything together. So you're gonna mix it in there. You don't want it all in one spot. You want to mix it around, but it just gives you a little bit of, just a little tiny bit of glue. And you don't want it to be to the point where it's creating like a film, because then you lose that burgerness. Like some of those plant burgers you buy in the store, you know, when you make them, I can't explain it, but it's almost like a plastic on the outside. Nah, we avoid that. We don't like that. This is authentico. So basically, I mean, this is like ground meat, right? Form your patty. Talking about beautiful, man. This is beautiful right here. This is beautiful, and this is all natural. Ooh. Lentil, mushroom, onion, pepper, seasoning. Earlier I said it might be 10 ingredients. I'm cutting it down. What's that? 4 ingredients? Let's call it the 5 ingredient burger. We'll consider the seasonings as a whole 1 ingredient. This is the 5 ingredient plant-based burger. I'm telling you, man, you make this thing fast. You make them ahead of time. Keep them in the freezer already made. And when you want one, you just throw it in the pan. This is my form patty, by the way. And what you want to do is you want to put it, I have a little sheet, a little baking sheet with wax paper on top. And you put the wax paper there and the burger on top. And then what's important is that after you make the burger, after you make the patty, you got to throw it in the freezer. Now this is why I'm saying when you want the burger, you can't eat it right away. You got to freeze it. Some people freeze it for a short period of time. They say like an hour. I like to freeze mine for at least like 3-4 hours. Usually I do it overnight, because what that does is it pretty much just holds the burger together, so when you throw it in the pan, it don't just completely fall apart. So like I said, you want to make your patties. I keep them on wax paper, that way I can just pop them off. Like, you know when you get the frozen burgers out the grocery store and they just got the little strip of paper in between them? That's this right here. That's what we doing. So I'm gonna form up my 4 patties, and we'll be back with more plant-based thuggin.
We plant-based thuggin. We plant-based thuggin.
So y'all in luck. I had a burger in the freezer at the ready. You're gonna put your pan on a medium-low flame, and you're gonna put it in. Let's get it. So once your burger is complete, your burger's chefed up, you know what I'm saying? You can freak it however you want it. Now me, personally, what I would normally do is I would throw this in a lettuce wrap, my insides, a little ketchup, whatever the case may be, and a batch of sweet potato fries. But today, I'm gonna do it straight Mickey D style on the bread. No lettuce, no tomato, no nothing fancy. I got a little tomatillo sauce here. I'm gonna throw that in the mix, you know what I'm saying? Whoa, wildin'. A little homemade tomatillo sauce, nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's burger time, baby. For real, for real. Straight up. For that bite of that burger, plant-based thuggin', baby. Now that's real right there. That's real. Yo, as always, you ain't even gotta be plant-based. You could be a meat eater, you know what I'm saying? You could love cheese, throw a slice of cheese on it. Just try something new. Expand your horizons. For real, like, I ain't trying to make everybody change their life. I just want everybody to have their health. And yo, to keep it real, to keep it fully funky, you know what I mean? This might be like a $10 meal right here. The most expensive thing for me was the mushrooms. You know, I paid $5 cash for the big pack from BJ's, but I mean, you could get you a small pack, $2.99 in the store. Lentils, what you gonna pay, $1, $1.50? Onions, all of these things. I'm just saying, this is a meal. It's very inexpensive. This is something that's adding toward your health, toward your betterment. I'm just trying to look out for y'all, for the people, for real, for real. That being said, Plant-Based Thuggin', as always, appreciate you sitting here with us today. Yo, get out there, do what you gotta do, but always bring it back home with who? Bejesus with the 100 proof juice. Plant-Based Thuggin', we out.
We plant-based thuggin'. We plant-based thuggin'.